What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should like and sub, and let's get into this. Yeah, that Assassin's Creed petition not going away, not going away at all. We're talking 12,000 plus signatures a day. I think today it had 7,000, so it's going down, sure, but it's halfway to 100,000 signatures, which is a lot more than I think some would thought. And we've got people commenting and responding to it. So here we have Monster Strike and Street Fighter 2 developer Yoshiki Okamoto addresses Assassin's Creed Shadows backlash. It's a game, it's fantasy, not reality. And even though that's just part of what he says, something tells me he's going to miss the entirety of what everyone's argument is. So let's go. And I guess we have to recap exactly what's going on if you haven't been paying attention. The game received significant backlash both in the West and in Japan. And it's not just because Yasuke and the one example of a black man in Japan who may or may not, certainly he was a sword holder, a retainer, but then it goes into the samurai caste system. And basically this game is going to put a bunch of things on him that he didn't do, things that the historically pretty accurate, actually, Assassin's Creed games for the worlds that we're building. Again, the only thing they changed were reasons. Historical events all happened. They weren't changed. It was just all they changed was reasons for people doing things. So that's one big rub, is that they're now making Yasuke a much larger actual historical figure than he was, which then steps over Japanese culture. And in addition to all of this, there's a bunch of historical inaccuracies in the actual world, something that they used to. There's discovery modes, museum modes, where you can go around and how accurate everything was. There's Chinese architecture in their Japanese feudal game. So there's a reason everyone's upset. A serious insult to Japanese culture and history, and can lead to racism. That's, of course, the opening on this. You can see here, let me just refresh just to make sure. 49, so it'll be at 50,000 by the end of the day. And if you switch to the English translation there, it'll all go back, and you can see that they are basically talking about the the historical inaccuracies and the cultural aspects of it is what it seems is bothering most people. And then again, of course, Miles Chong, who he posted this, and that got Elon Musk to reply saying DEI kills art, which famously got the game director to emotional damage from that comment. And that leads us to this, where a legendary games developer has responded. So Okamoto addressed the backlash and shared his opinions on the game in a YouTube upload, because we all have YouTubes now. He noted, I am aware that this game is currently facing all kinds of a backlash, but I would like to talk to you about the things from a more positive perspective, i.e. he's probably not aware of the fact that DEI has infiltrated all games for the past decade and has substantially fucked them up. Substantially. So 10, 15 years ago, Black Samurai Yasuke, yeah, people would be talking shit, but they'd also just be referencing Afro Samurai or a bunch of other things, and it probably would go over without much fanfare. But it ain't 10 to 15 years ago. You've ruined all of our goodwill. But sure, let's see. So specifically, he discussed the game's dual protagonist system, with Yasuke being a more brute tank, big black man beating up Asians, Japanese, and culture. Doesn't look bad at all. Naoe being a stealthy ninja. Yeah. Okay, so this has been translated. He noted, we weren't able to pull it off at the time, but I think Ubisoft will, which is why I have high. So he's happy that you get to have a man and a female co-op. Again, not addressing the criticisms whatsoever. As far as criticisms of the game's historical and cultural representation, he downplayed them, saying it's a game, it's fantasy, not reality. Even if Oda Nobunaga's family crest is upside down, that's just the Oda Nobunaga in the game. It does not impact how entertaining the game is. And that's where I unfortunately hard fucking disagree with you. You don't get to have a track record of making historically accurate games with the world being historically accurate and then fitting in a fictional crazy alternate history narrative into it. And then when you don't do that, when you don't go through the trouble of that, because you're so busy hiring intimacy coordinators and making everyone gay and lesbian in your feudal Japan game, that you actually ignore the architecture and other cultural aspects, and then you try and excuse that away, when in the first part you were like, oh, it's so accurate, Yasuke is so accurate, and now it's like, it's just a game. Why do you care about accuracy? Stop. Whether on purpose or not, this is a fucking straw man gaslight. So no, No, thank you. And thank you, as they're going to point out here, this is a very naive view, as games such as Assassin's Creed are not just being made as games. They are not made for escape and entertainment. They are made for indoctrination. This is documented on Ubisoft's website. And yeah, this is where they go into their whole thing about their vision and that DEI is the lifeblood of their company, and so on and so forth. Goes right along the lines of the I don't care what they tell you in high school, Cleopatra was black. It's revisionist history. It's revisionist history. That is why I urge you, by all means, go out and sign this petition. If nothing else, it's a nice little middle finger to them that we're all not just going to roll over and take whatever you spoon feed us. And to my Japanese brothers and sisters, don't let them lie. Don't let them gaslight you. Your culture is important. You're one of the few places that still has a lovely culture. So, dear God, hold on to it with all the strength you can muster. Let me know what you think of this. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And, well,
bye.